special investigation. In my book, at least, that entitled me to a special privilege or two. Private Rodriguez and the duty jeep showed up exactly 20 minutes later. I was pretty damn sure Sergeant Mercor had instructed Rodriguez to get lost or drive around in circles or do about any damn thing except arrive 1 second earlier than 20 minutes. That's another thing about Army sergeants. They're woefully vengeful little creatures. I threw my duffel into the back of the Humvee and climbed in the front. "Where to?" Private Rodriguez asked, staring straight ahead. "Visiting officers' quarters. Know where they are?" "Sure." "Good. Drive." A moment passed before Rodriguez sort of coughed, then said, "You assigned here, sir?" "Nope." "Reporting in?" "Nope." "Passing through?" "You're getting warmer." "You're a lawyer, right?" he asked, glancing at the brass on my uniform that identified me as a member of the Judge Advocate General's Corps, or JAG for short. "Rodriguez, it's late, and I'm tired. I appreciate your need to make conversation, but I'm not in the mood. Just drive." "Hey, no problem, sir." Rodriguez whistled for 2 minutes, then, "Ever been to Bragg before, sir?" "Yes, I've been to Bragg before. I've been to every Army post you can name. I'm still not in the mood to talk." "Hey, sure, no problem, really." Then, only a few moments later, "You know, personally, I really like it here." Poor Private Rodriguez either had short-term amnesia, or he'd been ordered by Sergeant Mercor to find out everything he could about me and report back. That's another thing about Army sergeants. When they're curious, they get fiendishly clever. "So, why do you like it here?" I wearily asked, not wanting his ass to get gnawed into little pieces on my account. "My family comes from Mexico, right? And we settled in Texas, so I like the warm weather. Only they got trees up here, and it rains more, and I love jumping out of airplanes. You know that feeling, right? I see you got wings." "Wrong. I went to jump school and did the 5 mandatory jumps required to graduate, but I'm not airborne. I hated it. I was scared as hell and couldn't wait for it to be over. I'll never jump again. Never." "You're a ranger. Not many lawyers are rangers." "I'm the most reluctant ranger you ever saw. I cried and whimpered the whole way through the course. They gave me the tab only because they feared that if they failed me, I might have come back and tried again. They hated me." "You got a combat infantryman's badge," he said. Private Rodriguez, annoyingly clever fellow that he was, kept adjusting the rearview mirror to study the various items on my uniform. In civilian life, nobody wears name tags or badges or patches or any other kind of silly accoutrement that advertises anything about you. In the Army, the longer you're in, the more your uniform resembles a diary. It's a wonder the old-timers can even walk under all that weight. "I used to be infantry," I admitted. "And you went to combat?" "Only because they shipped me off before I could figure out how to go AWOL. I spent the whole time huddled in deep foxholes, praying nobody noticed me." "No offense, sir, but why would a guy want to stop being an infantry officer just to become a lawyer?" That's another thing with the Army. What's important on the inside can be quite a bit different from what's important on the outside. Someone gave me a test, and wouldn't you know it, turned out my IQ was over 20. Bastard said I was too smart to be an infantry officer anymore. "No shit?" he asked, quite sincerely, too, which tells you miles about infantry officers. "Yeah, not a lot above 20, just a little. You know the Army, though. Rules are rules." "You go to law school and all that?" "Yeah, I went to law school and all that. You done asking questions?" "No, sir. Only a few more. Why are you here?" "Passing through, Private. I thought we already covered that." "Passing through to where?" "To Europe." "Would that be, Bosnia?" "That's where it would be." "Then what you doing here?" "I'm supposed to catch a C-130 that leaves Pope Field at 7 in the morning, and military bases don't exactly run like civilian airports with connecting flights and all that stuff. As a result, I have to sleep here." A more truthful reply would have included the fact that I had an appointment in the morning with a general named Partridge, and only after he was through with me was I allowed to head for Bosnia. But Private Rodriguez, and thereby Sergeant Mercor, did not need to know all that. In fact, nobody but the general, myself, and a few very select people back in Washington needed to know all that. "VOQ just ahead," Private Rodriguez announced, pointing out the windshield at a bunch of long blockhouses. "Thanks."